Good afternoon. I'm David Clark, Chief of Police with the Village of Washington Park, Washington Park, Illinois. I've asked you all to come here today to report to the citizens of the Village of Washington Park what we consider to be a problem that we're trying to deal with to reassure them of their safety. As of yesterday, December 29th, 2011, the Village of Washington Park has been put under a state of emergency. Well, the month of December has been the deadliest month in the history of the Village of Washington Park. Due to the increase of violence, we empathize with the families and the victims of the community, but we need their help. And we're here today to plead for them to give us some assistance as we attempt to keep them as safe as possible. Washington Park Police Department is reaching out to these victims, to the families of the victims, good citizens of the Village of Washington Park, and asking from the other local law enforcement agencies and social services agencies to give us the help we need to make the village a safer and better place to live. You may have read in the paper that the officers have called in the blue flu, basically, but we want the public to be reassured the Village of Washington Park has been and will be covered at all times with police services. Washington Park Police Department will be participating with the Illinois State Police, St. Clair County Sheriff's Department, and other entities in law enforcement to combat the problems. I deplore the citizens of the Washington Park to contact the Washington Park Police Department if they see some type of crime going on, if they have information in regard to the crimes that have already happened. We're especially interested in the people to come forward and talk with us about some of the violent crimes that are taking place. Speaking about this being the deadliest month in the history of the Village of Washington Park, we're referring to the 4 homicides we've had this month alone. That's enough to get a city scared and feeling unsafe about being where they're living at. We want to change that type of feeling with our people in our community to make them know that they're safe. I've asked some of the law enforcement agencies to come in today to show their support. Here, you'll see some of the representatives here. The administration of the Village of Washington Park has come in to speak in behalf of what their initiative is for as the recent passing and collecting of the information to establish a eligibility list for the new hiring of new police officers. It has moved forward. We're waiting for the full body to access the financial situation to give us a number of officers that we'll be bringing on. We'll be bringing it out to the public. We're also collaborating with the Illinois State Police. They're rendering assistance as needed and providing as much patrol as possible within our area. St. Clair County Sheriff's Department has committed itself to assisting us in any way it can, at any given time it can. We want to get the message out to those criminals out there that keep plaguing our city, that we are here, we're going to be here, and we're going to continue to enforce the laws in the state of Illinois. We want to tell the citizens it has been a tradition that you celebrate New Year's Eve by firing off weapons. That would not be tolerated. Anyone caught doing so will be arrested. Their guns would be confiscated. We have the assurance of the State's Attorney's Office that these cases will be dealt with as they are presented to them, and we will be looking forward to the adjudication of those cases. This time, I'd like for the mayor to speak on behalf of the city to talk with the citizens of the Village of Washington Park. Mayor James Jones.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm here, I want to assure the citizens of Washington Park that we're doing everything that we can to curtail this violence in the Village of Washington Park. We want to assure them that we're making progress. The chief has initiated, some things that will make the village safer, and, public safety is our number one concern. I know we've had a lot of violence in the village, lately, but we're tired of, we're no longer gonna put up with, there are some very troubled areas in Washington Park, which we're gonna key in. That's gonna be our main concern. We're tired of certain actions happening in certain locations, and we're gonna target these locations. We just wanna tell the citizens that we need their cooperation. Sometimes we have shootings and this type of action, and the police can't even get correct information from these people. We need your cooperation. We need you to tell the police whatever you know, so we can apprehend these criminals and bring them to justice. We need to stop this crime thing that's happening here in Washington Park. Me as the mayor of Washington Park, it affects me tremendously, because some of these people young people that's getting killed out here on the street, these are people that I've known ever since they were babies. And so, it affects me in that way. Also, I'm the mayor of Washington Park, and it definitely affects me when anyone in Washington Park is injured, any type of violent acts against them. It hurts me twice. And I want relatives of these victims to know this. We're very concerned about our citizens, and we're going to initiate things that are